Collins Library is Baker's home to the world of books, the stories of generations, and an outlet to the rest of the universe. But the way we think of traditional libraries may be changing around us due to the decreasing demand for books and computers. Almost every student already has a computer and orders all of its books online. Former Baker student and now nursing student Katie Masters believes that the demand for a library is starting to diminish.
I'm sure the library has great resources, but a lot of stuff with technology now is online, so the databases and the journals, you don't necessarily have to go to the libraries for those. You can just get on the online library in your room.
While Masters was on the Baldwin City campus from 2012 to 2014, she didn't use the library very often in her 4 semesters.
I didn't go to the library very often because I preferred studying and doing homework in my room, and I also had a printer in my room, so one of the reasons a lot of people go to the library is to use the printer, and I had my own. And I only went there when I did study groups or sometimes study for finals.
Collins Library has 3 different levels, all with different features and amenities for students to use. The first floor is mainly for computers and printing, the second is mainly for books, and the third is for quiet studying. Antonio Adgers thinks that the usefulness of the library depends entirely on where you decide to sit.
Me personally, I like to go to the second floor in those little enclosed rooms because I think I work better when I'm kind of boxed off by myself. Whereas like the open pool, like where I am now, is kind of like I just come to get quick work done.
Adgers thinks that the library has some useful resources like EBSCO to utilize for papers and assignments.
I've used the database to look up, scholarly journals for papers and stuff like that. I know that's one resource that I was presented that the library has that I've used, but I've never actually checked out a book.
Shannon Bond has not been a regular in the library throughout her time at Baker, which is 4 years.
I don't go fairly often. I go there for class and occasionally for work.
Although Bond doesn't use the library frequently, she agrees with Adgers that the separation of levels really helped the library have success.
What I think they do well is I like having the separation of levels, so the bottom level is more if you're doing group work, and then the second floor if you're wanting some more quiet work areas.
When most people think of libraries, they think of books. Well, that's not necessarily the case when it comes to the college students in college libraries. Bond is one of the few that has checked out books before while being at Baker.
I have checked out books for research projects, and also when teachers put books on reserve, I go and look at them sometimes.
On the other hand, Allie Bauer barely knew there were even books in the library. She has never checked out a book.
No, I don't even know how to do that.
Bauer said that she has never had the real need to check out a book because of how easy it is to find the information that you're looking for online.
Well, everyone has their own books for class. I have never needed to rent a book because if I have to look up something that's not in my class books, then I go to the internet.
Although Bauer doesn't find the need for books in college libraries, Bond disagrees and thinks that they're still useful.
I think books are less important nowadays since we have so many online resources. But I think there's still a place for some books.
Jenna Sackman transferred to Baker from Johnson County Community College this semester and has already found out her main use for the library.
Anytime I have to study, I usually come here.
Although her main use of the library is to study, Sackman still thinks that books are needed in all libraries.
I mean, anybody can have a computer, but I think it's more the books are important for research, for certain papers and stuff like that.
Like many people, Adgers thinks that there will be a time where the style of the library that we've come to know and love will disappear and become a place full of computers that's mainly used for printing and online research, opposed to being full of books.
I do believe it would come to that point, especially with like ebooks and stuff like that people can have handy all the time and really don't need the actual paperback.
This transition will likely not occur in our college lifetime, but within the time that today's college students' kids are in college, there may not be anything except for ebooks. What a wild idea.